Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Shane. Guys, I want to just say a big thank you for all your comments and feedback, all your kind of shared experiences regarding my decision to move my energy and time into content here on YouTube, kind of gently, very gently, kind of pulling away from Facebook and redirecting that time and energy onto content here on YouTube. I've got many subscriber questions that over the next few weeks we are going to be exploring. I'm really excited to explore some of the questions that have come in. They're just fantastic, very thought-provoking. There's depth to them, and we are going to have a whale of a time exploring those. And then towards the end of the month, I'm going to be also kind of throwing a rune casting, looking at the energies, the ripples from Imbolc, okay, moving towards Ostera, spring equinox. We done a rune casting at Yule, looking at the ripples from Yule to Imbolc, and then we're going to be kind of exploring from Imbolc over to Ostera, and kind of exploring those ripples. And the innate have shown me another fantastic layout with the runes, so I'm going to be really excited to share that with you, and also kind of how that come about and the experiences that happened within our Imbolc ritual and workings over at my father's woodland. So really looking forward to explaining tongue-tied, exploring that with you all. So I've got a really lovely story to share with you guys. Something that happened a couple of weeks ago, and I know some of you said to me, Shane, we really love to hear those stories. So here's a lovely story for you, and it is completely intervention. It's the spirit world intervening for me, and the lady that experienced it, without a doubt. Okay, and hopefully this just stir up some thought, and I'll share with you what I've taken from that. You know, it was quite profound. So a couple of weeks ago, consulting a lovely lady, and as she sat down with me, there was this sense of almost the air around me become kind of prickly. It become charged. There was a static feeling in the air. Okay, now think about this. You know, think about when the hairs go up on a cat's back, when they kind of sit upright. You know, I believe, you know, cats are so wired in to their sixth sense. They absolutely, without a doubt, sense and know when something's a little bit off kilter or something's happening around them. You know, they quite often will go to the window, look out the window. 2 or 3 minutes later, their owner, if you can have an owner, their owner returns. Yeah, and you've got to ask yourself why. What's going on? What are they sensing? What are they feeling? You know, but think about this. You know, the air around me just become kind of static. That whole sense of, you know, the hairs go up on your back, become kind of charged. It becomes static. There was a very solid, very strong presence within the room. You know, it was profound, and it come charging in. You know, it come in with absolute purpose. And I looked at the lady. I said, I've got a gentleman here, absolutely, really bold, very three-dimensional, very bold presence. I've got the sense of they are filling the room, which was this static feeling in the air. You know, it was magnetic. It was almost electric. You know, which actually is energy, it's charisma, it's personality, it's kind of all those things absolutely coming together. And I said, they've just kind of walked up to you and as if they just literally walked into your space. It's almost like they are saying to you, listen, I am here. They are wanting to grab your attention. Do you wake up in the middle of the night? Okay, now, they looked at me, they shook their head, they then kind of took a deep breath and they said to me, that is exactly why I'm here. For the last several weeks, different evenings, but yet always at the same time, I am being woken up. I am being woken up, and I was pretty damn sure I knew who it was, but you've now validated that to me, you've now confirmed it to me. But what is really crazy about this experience is when I was having it, I thought to myself, because it repeated, not every night she said, but a few times during the week it would repeat. But what was very important, it was the same time of night each evening. Then there was a sense of being shook, being woken, and then I thought to myself, her words, I thought to myself, you know what, I need to go and see somebody. I booked in, I found you, I booked in with you, and it stopped, and it hasn't happened since. Now, the story leads on to the fact that who I brought through was a connection to one of her close friends. One of her close friends experienced a very tragic loss, and this person was trying to get through to let them know that they're okay. Couldn't quite reach that person, however was there, very early, very raw, lot to process, so grabbed her friend who has had experiences through her life. You know, and this is what I say about intervention. You know, we were able to kind of allow him to come through, a lot of validation, a lot of confirmation, and the consultation being recorded. It was then going to be passed on to her. You know, those experiences are really, really profound. You know, they still to this day kind of really touch me, really deeply, profoundly touch me and move me. You know, because if you kind of think about it for a moment, look at the layers of organisation that's absolutely gone in to generate and create that experience, that everything is lining up. It's as if there is a force behind all of that, knitting it, weaving it, and bringing it all together. And that's profound. You know, that shows us, and this is the end point, you know, that shows us that there is something larger and greater, quite often nudging us, guiding us, supporting us, and overseeing and watching over us. You know, and I just think that is, you know, profound. You know, just take a moment and think about all of those things coming together. There's so much that has gone into organising and orchestrating. You know, when I say intervention, to me, that's what I'm talking about. That is spirit intervention. Just wondering if you've ever had any experiences at that level. Love to hear them, love to connect with them. As always, I want to thank all of you for all your comments, all your questions, and as we go forward, we are going to be exploring your subscriber questions. We've got some really interesting ones coming up. There's a gentleman wrote to me about a set of oracle cards he got, an experience he had on the way home. You know, there's many experiences over the coming weeks that I'm going to be sharing with you all, and I really look forward to that. As always, a heartfelt pleasure, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care, guys. Keep shining. Bye bye.